All right. Looks like the stream is live. Hello, everyone. I am Jason with the Real Estate Lead Force here with my partner, Bridget. Bridget,
Hey
how are you doing
guys.
today?
Hi, real estate lead force. Hey, real estate agents. It is Monday and I am fabulous.
I know, and it's been pretty good weather, pretty good summer weather over here. So I'm in Michigan. I'm in the Midwest region, and we've been having like middle of summer weather in the end of May, which is unheard of for us. What about you, Bridget? How are things over there?
Oh, I'm in Arizona, so we've got the triple digits already. It is hot.
Oh,
I
oh my
think,
gosh.
and I'm in northern Arizona too, right? So yesterday our high was 90.
Oh
Usually it
man.
doesn't get like that until like July.
Fun. Well, we have a pretty good topic for you today. So AI is obviously a major hot topic in the industry, in any industry right now. Everyone's talking about ChatGPT and all of the various tools and everything. So we figured it would be a good idea to start going into some of these AI tools, more of the more popular ones. But at least give a general overview of the different ones that are out there, some of the differences between the two, or between the tools, I should say. It's not just two, and also how you can utilize them. But we're also going to be covering some of the capabilities that you can do with just the free version, but then also some of the extra stuff that you can do if you do the paid version. Bridget and I, we've been experimenting with a few different tools ourselves. We have some that are favorites, some that aren't our favorites. But we're gonna try and keep an even keel right down the line type of mentality here, and not get
Too biased.
not trying to get too biased or anything like that. Also, just for the record, we're not going to try and push like any type of affiliate stuff or anything like that. This is just us wanting to give value back out to the audience here. So that's really what we're about. We're here for you guys. We want to help you succeed, and that's why we're doing this.
And you guys, I mean, the old saying goes, the best tool is the tool that you actually use. So you find out which one's going to work for you. Try them out, try the free trials, try them out, see which ones work for you, because my end user experience is going to be very different than Jason's end user experience, and what he likes and what I like are very, very different things. So find the one that works for you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So with that, should we get into it here?
Let's do it.
All right. I got to figure out. Okay. Silly question here. How do I present? There it is. Share screen. We're almost there. I promise. Okay. I think we're all good now.
Woohoo.
So, all right. Technology is working so far. Earlier today, it was not. Yeah. It's been a Monday. So lead the force with AI in real estate marketing. So what we're going to be going through is here's all of the contents that we're going to go through: introduction into AI tools with real estate marketing. And then, like I said before, we're going to get into the general AI tools. So that'll include ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Anthropology's Claude, and then Perplexity, which is kind of a bit of a dark horse, but I came across that recently. So I wanted to include that in this chat today. And then after that, we're going to get into some image creation AI tools. Those have been a hot topic as well. So Midjourney, Ideogram, and Lexica are going to be talked about. And then we'll start talking about how you can utilize these AI tools and functions in your marketing, both organic and paid as well. So again, welcome to our chat on this. We're going to dive into this wonderful world of AI tools tailored for you guys, the real estate professionals.
And Jason, let me just stop you for just 1 second. I just want to remind our audience, guys, we're not pitching you anything today. We're not selling you anything today. We are just here because we feel like this information is important for your business, and it can help change the structure of your business and help change the way you do business. So that's why we're bringing you this, Lead the Force with AI. Sorry to interrupt you, Jason. I just wanted to remind everybody, like, there's nothing being sold, nothing being pitched, no affiliate nothings. We're just here to spread the information.
Yep. We're just here to help you guys out. We want to spread, we have some knowledge. We want to give it back to you and help you guys out as much as possible. So with that, again, here's a quick overview of the tools that we're going to go over: the Chat GPTs, Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity. Starting off with the one that everyone knows, the household name, Chat GPT. Bridget, do you want to go through some of the
Yeah,
overviews and the pros
so
and
I
cons?
mean, ChatGPT is a language model, right? It's an AI language model that generates high quality content really for different, it doesn't really matter what the purpose is. And I think that's one of my favorite things about it. It doesn't matter if I'm talking with it about marketing, if I'm talking with it about legal. Like I went on there 2 weeks ago and was able to find everything out I needed to know about a cease and desist letter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there's lots of advantages to it. Just knowing how it's going to utilize your business is really important. Um, the limits that we've run into is that the text-based outputs, it might not, it's suitable for tasks, but it might not be suitable for all of your content. Now, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong. The last I had heard, and I haven't heard any updates about this since ChatGPT, but the last I had heard is that their information is only updated as far as 2017. Did you
I
hear
know
that?
there's been an update to at least 2021.
To
Um,
2021.
I
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to think it's been updated further since then. I know GPT just recently came out with a massive update that people have been talking about the past couple of days, but I haven't been able to read up on it as thoroughly and in depth to the point where I'm ready to talk about it. Um, but they've come out with some more updates on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to work GPT up to more like 2023 and get it as updated as possible. But like you said, that's something to definitely keep in mind. The great thing about GPT is that you can basically have a conversation with it about anything and everything. And the beauty of it is that the quality of the responses you get all depends on the quality of prompts that you give it. So the more detail and the more context that you give it, so you kind of, you paint the landscape of it. One of the first things that I like to do when I'm talking to Chat GPT is give it a job, give it a title so that it knows what it's doing. So to give an example in a marketing aspect, if I'm trying to come up with a content calendar for my social media, I started off with, you are a social media expert with years of expertise, and it might even throw in a couple of big name influencers that it can actually pull some inspiration from. If you want to do like Gary Vaynerchuk, Alex Hermosi, Rachel Peterson, anyone like
I
that.
always,
Uh,
I always, always, always ask for the voice of Bethany Frankel. And it
oh, there
does
you go.
it.
Yeah.
Bethany
If
Frankel,
there
she's
is
one of
someone,
my favorite like entrepreneur icons, right? So I always have the voice of Bethany Frankel on mine. But I think
yep.
the one thing we really want to focus on here is the prompts, right? The prompts are the most important thing.
Oh, totally. Yeah, and the great thing is that you can have the responses back to you in the tone of those people. So, like for me, one of my biggest marketing inspirations is Joe Polizzi. He's the creator of the Content Marketing Institute. He's a great storyteller, and so getting feedback and especially content ideas back in that kind of tone for me is really helpful, because that's along the lines of the tone that I'm looking for when I'm creating content for my audiences. So find someone that you really like that's well known and say, hey, give me 20 topic ideas for this type of thing. So if you're a real estate agent, you want to talk about maybe tips and tricks on how to sell your home, how to stage it, things to look for when you're buying a house, something like that.
Yeah,
You
and
can
maybe
ask.
that voice, that brand voice, maybe that's not in real estate, right? Like maybe
Mhm.
it's Brene Brown and that's who really inspires you. It doesn't matter who that inspiration person is or who that brand voice is that you want to lean into. Chat cheap words are hard today.
It's Monday.
Chat GPT with the right prompts are going to be able to assist you with that.
Exactly. And if you don't get the prompt that you're looking for, that's totally okay. You can ask it again.
Yeah.
That's the other beauty of it, though, is that you just keep asking it over and over again.
Yes,
Then
it
the
is.
right. And then the next one we'll go into is Gemini, Google's Gemini. This one is really great because it provides fast responses, great for quick information retrieval. It's known for its speed and efficiently in handling queries, regardless if it's the paid or the free version. But we have noticed it does lack a little bit of depth. So it will take a few extra prompts to really get to the
Yeah.
level of detail, usually the level of detail that you're looking for. which in some cases isn't a bad thing, depending on
No.
how granular you really want to get. But sometimes, if you need something just kind of like off the cuff and you're like, I need something quick, it can still take 2 or 3 extra prompts compared to other tools.
Now, see, I prefer Gemini over other tools. And the reason that I prefer Gemini is because I'm speaking in the paid ad space and things change so quickly in the paid ad space. I like to lean into Gemini because Gemini is updated real time with Google. Right, where ChatGPT still, the last I had heard, you'd update us today, but the last I had heard it was 2017. You updated us today. Now it's 2021. I can't be talking about stuff that it was happening with ads in 2021 because it's not
No one
relevant
reads blogs or
anymore.
articles from 2017. No one does.
Yeah, you don't wanna do that, you don't wanna do that. So I really love Gemini for me, for my deep digging of current and relevant events for the paid advertising industry. What I do is I take it in Gemini and then I drop it into ChatGPT for my brand voice.
Mhm. Yep. Which is another great thing to think about though, is that you can be getting information and prompts and feedbacks from one tool and then plug it into another one, even just the free versions. And the interesting thing I've always found out is that if you take the free versions of all 4 of these tools we're about to talk about, take the exact same prompt, copy and paste them over to each one, you're going to get a different response in each one.
And then you can decide which one sounds like you, which one feels like you, which one you like the user experience on, like we were just talking about.
Yep. Yep. Okay. The next we'll go to Claude and Anthropics. There we go.
Dude, it's
Anthropics.
Monday and we're
Claude.
going hard. It's okay. Like
Words
the
are
word
hard.
I was trying to pronounce was way less harder than anthropic. See, I
I know.
can't
Well,
even.
and I think when I first introduced Claude at the beginning of this, I think I said like anthropologies or anthropic. It's something. I screwed that
I
up too.
think you
It's
had it right
anthropic.
though.
It is
Anthropic.
anthropic. But yes. Yep. So then Claude is another very popular one. Their free version of their tool is actually I found it to be really amazing because it has better contextualized understanding and it's a bit more conversational in its responses compared to Gemini and GPT. It also is it's also really well versed in interpreting nuanced language, so it can take the prompts that you're taking and then really have an actual conversation with you back, depending on the prompts that you give it and the information you're asking for. But then if you give it a persona and a tone like we had talked about, it really dives into that, and it gives a bit more of a detailed, more personable response. Now you still have to be careful if you're going to be copying pasting the responses into like a blog article or a response or something like that, because AI detectors will pick those up. AI detectors are getting better and better every day, so just be careful in using that. You can still use a lot of this information, but just make sure that you're going through these responses and maybe tweaking it a little bit just so it sounds a bit more like you, and going about it that way.
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. And here's the thing, guys, AI is not anything that's new. When I worked at Facebook in 2014, AI is what approved the ads, right? Like AI is the algorithm is AI as well. So AI
mhm.
is not anything new to the tech space. It's just becoming new to a household industry name.
Yep. Yep. And so some of the drawbacks to Claude I want to touch on here is that it is, by AI standards, it's newer to the market. And so there's fewer integrations, so fewer things that it can do. Where GPT is kind of like this big mold of clay where you can mold it into just about anything you want.
In any
Um,
extension.
yeah, all of the different extensions. Now, one thing, going back to GPT, one thing that annoyed me a little bit is that with the paid version of it, you used to be able to have 3 extensions that you could bring into one conversation, but now everything is all individual again, and I didn't like that as much.
Yeah,
I
I
like
wasn't happy either, but I think the reason they did that is because they actually created so many apps and extensions that did exactly that.
yeah, right. Yep. Let's see what next. Okay, then we can get on to
Cover
the
the free versus paid on Claude? I don't think we did
Oh,
we?
yeah. Yeah, let's go through that. Yep. So, with the free version, you get the basic access to the chatbot for the text generations and everything. It does offer a slower response time. So, obviously, if the paid version, you get priority over all of the base and free users.
Uh-huh.
With the paid
Like
version, though,
ChatGPT was when it first came out, right?
right, exactly. Yeah, basically, yeah, it's like you pay us, you're going to get higher priority, just like every other tool that's out there compared to their free version.
Right.
Because yeah, with the paid version, you get faster response times, priority access. With Claude, you get enhanced capabilities for tasks like coding or logical reasoning. That doesn't quite apply to the real estate people here, but if you're looking for a bit more complex things for it to do, it can do that. And then you can
Or if you
also,
have an online business manager or a tech specialist that's on your team or that works for you, this is where you'd want to put them for sure.
mhm. Yep. And on the paid version of Claude, it also includes capabilities for image and video understanding as well, which is actually a pretty cool thing. I know there's some GPT extensions that can do that, but you have to find the right one that works the best.
Right. And
Claude
we all,
also
I
does
mean,
that.
let's be real, we all know when an image is an AI image, and we've all seen the big blunders of when an image is an AI image, right? Like a
Yeah,
hand
someone that ends up with like
image.
7 fingers.
Yes, exactly. Like we both know what we're talking about because we've both seen it. We've all seen it, right? So that's again knowing what works for you, what platform feels good for you, what platform is going to be able to easily understand and resonate your vision and your concept to recreate it.
Hmm. Yep.
On to
On to my personal favorite, Perplexity. This is one I learned about, I think about a month ago. It's been around for a little while, but I just learned about this. And the thing that's really interesting about Perplexity is that even with the free version, it takes into effect all of the free versions of the other tools. So ChatGPT 3.5, Claude, and Gemini, it can give you responses as if you were in those tool itself through Perplexity.
Jason, do you have the subscription for this one?
Yes.
Because it's so new to our audience. Our audience has heard of Claude, they've heard of ChatGPT, they've heard of Gemini. None of them really have heard of this particular platform. Can
Mhm.
you show us like a demo of going in and giving it a prompt?
Yes, I will show a quick demo of this for sure, because the thing that really blew me away the most about Perplexity is that I would give it a prompt. And now, granted, I have the paid version. I think with the free version, you get fewer sources on this, but
Mhm.
with Perplexity, giving it a prompt, it will do a search for you. So it will literally go out to the internet and pull in outside resources, blogs and videos and stuff, and take content
I
from
love
that
that.
and craft that into the response that it gives you, which is which I had never heard of. I had never seen
I've
any
seen it
other.
in action.
Yeah, and it also cites the sources too, where ChatGPT kind of sometimes pulls information, out of its behind a little bit, and you're like, I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's legitimate or not.
Or if that
Perplexity
sounds right.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, Perplexity actually doesn't. So yeah, let me hang on, give me just a hot second here. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna bring this over.
Perfect.
Hopefully that's showing. Okay, so let's see. And so this will be the pro version here. And the nice thing actually, we'll do both. I'll do one
Cool.
without the pro version and then one with another. So Bridget, give me a real estate prompt that I should put in here.
So, how about what are 10 suggestions I can give my clients on curb appeal?
I can give my clients on, what was it?
Curb appeal.
On curb. Okay. Curb appeal for selling houses. Okay. And then just because, okay. So we are real estate agents. We are looking for content for our social media profiles. Okay, just to give it just a little
A
more
little,
context.
sure.
Yep. Okay, so this would be the free version response,
Okay.
and you can already see it's pulling in sources. It has pulled in 5 sources, and so then based off
Wait,
of that,
but wait, guys, do you see this? Do you see that? Go back up. Do you see that says TJ Homes? It says the Good Heart Group. It says
mhm,
Homelight. So realistically, by you having this stuff out in the web, you can be collecting leads just because people are using this platform
mhm, yep,
because
if
they're seeing your information from a blog, from a post, from whatever you have on your website. That's SEO that can be picked up SEO wise. and it gets dropped into this is called perplexity, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it gets dropped in perplexity. I'm like right
So
now.
through an AI response, you could be seen as a subject matter expert helping provide that information that people are looking for within an AI tool. Think about
Huge,
that.
huge,
Think
huge.
about that.
Okay,
So,
so
okay,
that was
5 sources, it gives us the 10 suggestions, but then also look, it gives us the sources, which sources it
so
pulled that information
important.
from for each one of them. Okay.
Love it. I love
And
it.
so
Now let's look
now
at the pro one.
all I'm going to do is copy and paste this. We're going to turn
Oh,
on the
real quick
pro.
before we do the pro, do you know what the monthly fee is on the pro?
You ready for this? It's the exact same price as ChatGPT. It's $20 a month. That's
$20
it.
a month. I
That's
love
it.
it.
That is it. So,
Okay, let's do this pro version. I'm
so
ready.
again, we're going to review the free version. We had 5 sources and it gave us fantastic results. We're going to do the pro version and let's see how many it gives us. The most I've seen is up to 20.
Oh, dang.
So it's understanding the question. And sometimes before it even gives you the answer, it'll ask you a question for clarity before it gives you an answer, which is also pretty cool.
And have you seen that happen in the free version, asking a question for clarity, or only in the pro?
Sometimes, but it's rare.
Found 20 sources.
Yep, 20 sources, and it gives you
Ooh,
it
even
now
their
gives you
schedule
visuals of those
images.
sources.
Holy cow.
Yep, and a video. It included a
Whose
video.
video is that? Open it up right now. Let's know who that agent is. Let's give her all the love and all the publicity.
Let's see. It's not here. Okay, we'll just go to our YouTube. Let's see. Who is it? It is Everything Sonoma County Real Estate by Nadia.
Nadia R? Well, Nadia, congratulations and kudos
O'Reilly?
to you. We
Yes,
love it.
Nadia, way to go.
Love
Your video got pulled into an AI response.
Yep.
So, and again, it gives us 10. It cites the sources of where we got it from.
I love it.
Yeah. And then it also, the other thing I love about it is that at the bottom, it then gives you what it feels would be logical follow-up questions.
Oh my, yes.
And
So any
on the
real
side here,
estate agent out there that doesn't have the money, the time, the capacity for a full social media team, not only is this going to give you the prompts, but then it's also going to give you follow-up questions so you can build even more content around it.
mm-hmm. Yep. And again, I want to reiterate, we're not trying to sell this. We're not affiliates of Perplexity or anything like
We're
this.
not
It's just,
selling
I love
anything
this tool
today.
this much.
Yep. We're not selling anything today. We're not making any offers today. We're not making any pitches today. We're just here to share the information with you. And guys, Real Estate Lead Force is our Facebook group. We do a workshop like this in that group once a month, every month. So this month, of course, it's the AI that we're sharing with my Facebook page, digital advertising. No, Bridget Brooks, digital advertising consultant. So that you know that we have this group that is completely free, that you can come in and you can be fed the latest and greatest in paid ads, social media, digital technology, AI every single month.
Yep. Yep. Again,
All right, what's
we're trying to
next?
help you guys out. So,
Yeah, for
so
sure.
now just to wrap everything up here, just do a quick recap of the tools that we went over. So ChatGPT is obviously the household name. It's excellent
Right.
for creating property descriptions, blog posts, social media content. The advanced language model ensures nuanced and detailed outputs, making it ideal for comprehensive content creation and personalized client communications. For Gemini, it's more quick information retrieval because Google powers it, so you get all of the power of Google. So it's perfect for real-time interactions and rapid content generation. Then there's Claude, where you're looking for more conversational content generation. And then Perplexity, which you just saw, it's incredible.
Mind blowing.
So again, take that for what it's worth. Play and
Find
choose.
out what you like.
Yep.
Make
Play
it
around with
yours.
each one.
Yep.
Yep. But now we get to go into the image creation. So with this one, I found, so I want to cover 3 different tools and they're all used a little bit differently. So the household name in AI image generation is Midjourney.
Right.
And people, if you've joined any Facebook groups or any groups for that matter that talk about prompts and Midjourney prompts and stuff like that, you can get some pretty wild responses in the images that you get, and you have to get really detailed. And if you're hoping to get anything close to what you're expecting to get out of it.
Very similar with Dolly. A lot more of our
Yeah,
audience might know Dolly more than Midjourney because Dolly is connected to ChatGPT.
right. Yep. Yep. But then there's a couple of other ones, some other dark horses that I found that I figured would be pretty useful to our audience here is Ideogram and Lexica, and we'll go into those in a minute here. But first, we'll go into Midjourney. So obviously it can produce some very high quality visuals, as I'm sure you've seen. Some of them can be really real life, as if it was an actual picture. You can still tell there's a little bit going on there that says it's an AI photo, but you can make it at high resolution, high definition. The customization and creativity that comes from it is pretty incredible too. I mean, you can make just about anything and everything through that. But the other nice thing about Midjourney is the community that's around it. There's groups upon groups upon groups of people sharing different prompts and sharing their images and asking the community, what can I do? Like, this is my desired result. Here's what I have right now. How can I make this better? And the community around Midjourney is incredible, where they can help you through that, which is pretty cool. And then some of the things that makes Midjourney kind of lacking a bit is especially in the user interface. So to access Midjourney and to start utilizing it, you have to use a program called Discord. It's a popular, popular, again, words. It's a popular program primarily used by video gamers, things like that. It's similar to Slack, where you can join communities and talk to people, but Midjourney operates where you're basically having a personal conversation with the tool itself. So you're saying, imagine, and then all of the detail of your images of your image, and then it gives you back 4 of them here. So within the real estate,
it communicates with Discord.
Yeah, you communicate with Midjourney through Discord.
You communicate with Midjourney through Discord. So I've been on Discord before, like gamers. I know a lot of gamers that use Discord a whole lot. Guys that are big in the NFT world use Discord a whole lot, right? So, I never thought that was a platform that would communicate with the AI to create for you. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. So it's not like a website like ChatGPT or Perplexity where you go to the website and communicate it that way. You communicate with Midjourney through Discord.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the user interface and the user intuitiveness is not quite there. I'm surprised they haven't gotten off of that yet. I'm not sure why, but that's how they do it.
I'm sure it's coming with all the changes. Everything changes every day. So
right. Okay. So then next, I want to go into Ideogram, and this one is pretty interesting too. And I'll show you how this one's used.
You're going to give us a demo. I love the demos.
Yep. Yeah. I'll give you quick demos and stuff. So Ideogram is actually pretty cool because first you can see all of the different stuff that other people have made. So it's great for finding inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also get to generate as well. And I'm on a free version. I don't know if they have a paid version. They might have a paid version where you get more prompts.
Plans, it looks like. Yeah. It's subscription plans there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, where you probably get like more. You probably get more prompts. Oh, yes.
Right under. Yep.
Yeah, you probably get more prompts, faster generation, that kind of stuff. But okay, so Bridget, I'm gonna put you on the spot again. What kind of image should we generate that would be relevant to our real estate audience?
How about a house for sale in the Arizona desert with cactus?
Include cacti in. We'll do the front yard. How big is the house?
4-bedroom.
All right, 4-bed. We'll do 2. Well, actually, I don't know if we need to get that. If we're doing like a listing, do like the outside. So maybe it's like 2-story, colonial style.
There's no colonial styles in Arizona. I would do Santa Fe style. Santa Fe style.
Oh, okay. There we go. Santa Fe. I don't know why I put a hyphen in there. Santa Fe style. All right, we'll see what we get out of that.
Let's run with it.
Yep, because then there's a second part to this that I want to show as well. So this will take a minute to generate, but then the cool thing that's going to happen here is that it'll give us 4 images, and again, all for free, which is great, and they're all high quality, high definition images. But then so it's taking my generic prompt that I have there, and it's going through its own process and adding further detail to it. And then what we'll be able to do is take one of those, if there's one of those images that we really like, maybe we want to alter it a little bit, we can use that image as our base inspiration and try to critique it from there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Hold the frick on. Okay, so I am forever talking with real estate agents that are like, I can't run ads. I don't have any listings. My brokerage doesn't let us use listings that they have. I don't have any pictures for a listing. Like, that looks like a home in Scottsdale. Easy. Any one of those.
Any one of these? Okay, so if we take, I like the lighting in this one, so I'm going to pick this one.
Okay.
Yep. So already, this is pretty, this is a pretty good quality picture. Well, like if you didn't see me actually put this in here at first glance, could you even tell this was an AI generated image?
No.
It's got the sunlight. It has the the shadows are consistent.
Like even the garages, it's right. Like with, yeah, wild.
The garage is there. The windows, I don't see any real issue with the windows. The roof, the roof is, that's where all the detail is. You can kind of tell there, but
the roof looks like a roof in Arizona. Most roofs in Arizona are tile roofs like that.
True, but just the way the roof is constructed.
I'm not like, oh, it's overhung too far or anything like that,
Right. Well, there's a chimney back here. It doesn't quite go down. So, if you're really looking for the details, you can tell. But what I want to highlight here is this is the original prompt. Ideogram will then have a magic prompt where it gives you the extra detail that it used to create this image. So look at this. So if
Arizona desert, ooh, that's some good like sizzle words. Sun drenched, right?
So again, this is a great way to find more inspiration to make a more detailed prompt to get the image that you're looking for. And the great thing about this is that, okay, so I have this image selected. I can now remix. And again, this is all in the free version. You can remix. And so now it's telling us, so we're going to use that super big magic prompt that it put together. And then now I can tell it image weight, how much inspiration do I want this image to have for this next group of images? So I'll just put this at 20 and then we'll generate it again and we'll see what it comes up with. Oh, that ice cream dish looks really good. Just saying.
It does. Perfect.
As someone who has a sweet tooth. Yep. But then, okay, so we'll let that generate. But then, but look at all of these other pictures here and how detailed they can get.
I love the surfing llama. That makes me think of
right.
Totally makes me think of Coach Nikki T.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, if you're putting on an event or something like that, and you need an image to put together to be a part of it or something like that, or if you want to generate some images for the content that you're creating, this is a great place to do it. Again, this is free.
This is the ideogram.
Yep. This is ideogram. Yep. And I also want to point people's attention to the wording. The wording, like especially on this one here, proud grad dad of a 2024 graduate. It missed a little bit on the U here, but the wording and everything looks very consistent. Like this looks like something someone would create in Canva or Photoshop.
Yeah. No, when you go into Dolly or something like that, it's not even like the words. They're not real words.
The words are all over. Like, look at this teddy bear one with the card. Yeah, tomorrow isn't spelled right, but the second time it's got it. But look, it's so consistent with the wording, which is really, and I'm sure this took a few iterations to get to it, but just something else to keep in mind. So let's check on our houses again.
Me, that's always misspelling. It's perfect.
Right. Yep. But yeah, so look at these images again. It took the inspiration from that house and created more versions of it. This one actually looks really good. Yeah, the roof looks nice and uniform with everything compared to this one where it's not, it looks a little blurred together. Sure. But yeah, so again,
even this is still better than like there's some agents out there that still use their iPhone for their MLS listing pictures.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so I believe if you have a picture of the house, I believe you can put this up here so it can have the parent
That's what I
image
was
here, the
gonna
one to take
ask you.
inspiration
Yeah,
from,
if you
and then
give
you
it
can
like
generate higher quality pictures.
can you give it like the sunset and like a starry night? If we upload a picture that we took with our iPhone into this, would it be able to give it a sunset or a starry night?
I believe so. I haven't tried it, but I believe so. So we're
So
gonna
guys,
try. I'm gonna try
real
one more
estate
thing with
agents
this one here.
listening, real estate agents listening, go try it.
Yes, definitely have some fun with this. And I
Right.
wanted to let's see. We're gonna do nighttime. We're gonna make some subtle adjustments here. The moon casts a cold glow, just to see what this looks like.
Okay, cool.
Um, with their
We
desert
changed from warm to
nightlife.
cold
Yep.
and we added
Uh,
the word night.
just want to make sure I'm not clashing with it at all. Okay, we're gonna try this. And the image weight, I'm gonna make, actually no, I'm gonna make this a bit higher. Let's go 70. Okay, we'll see what this one comes up with. But then next we'll go into Lexica. And the interesting thing about Lexica is that it pulls together a bunch of AI images that have been created, and you can just search for images that you want to use. And nothing is copyrighted because it's AI generated, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
We'll be able to go through that. But yeah, we'll have to give this just
It's
the
taking
one
its
thing,
time.
especially with free versions, you have to be patient because it is free.
Well, and not just that, we're also on Zoom, we're also live streaming. Like everything's just slowing it down a little bit more today.
Yep. Okay, so we didn't quite get the effect, which is fine,
Right.
but yeah, it wasn't quite I was going for more like dark and more
Dark
like
nighttime.
nighttime.
We can move on to our next one. We have another Lexica, right?
Yes. Let's go to Lexica. That's just going to be easier to show you.
This.
Yep. So this one you can generate, but I like using this for searching. So I'm just going to search this real estate and just see what this comes up with. And you can see the difference. So if you're looking for inspiration for images that you want to create, Lexica is a great place for this because you get to see all of the different images that people have created. So this takes images from Midjourney through a few other tools. I can't remember exactly which ones, but I know Midjourney is the big one. You can also go through and just see what people have done and just get an idea of all the different images that are out there, which is great for inspiration.
It is. It really is.
So, yep, that's
Ideogram. Loved it.
Lexica.
Oh, that was Lexica.
Yep, yeah, that one was Lexica. So, yep. So you get high quality visuals with that one. Ease of use, as you saw, I just put in real estate and I got a bunch of images right away. It's got a pretty user friendly interface on that. But I haven't used it for actually creating images, so that'll be interesting to play around with that sometime.
And that's another thing for you guys in real estate lead force. When you do go in and try these different platforms, give us your feedback. Let us know, share with the group, share inside of real estate lead force what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like. It's only going to make us all better.
Definitely, we love having those conversations, and especially if like you guys might stumble across something that we haven't seen yet, and so we all get to learn by sharing it with each other and having those conversations.
Exactly.
Yep. So now we get to get into how to use these tools to enhance your marketing efforts. And we'll first start off with the organic marketing, just because we all know that organic marketing, it's a long form game online, but the return on investment on that can be really, really incredible. So long as you consistently are putting content out there. And the
Right.
hard part about it is putting consistent quality out there that's also quality content as well. So stuff that people are actually actively engaging with. So that way the algorithm looks at your stuff and goes, this is content that people actually want to see.
Right.
Right, Bridget. I mean, Bridget, you've had experience with that quite a bit with all of the content that you've created, right?
Yeah. And here's the thing is that there's always tomorrow, right? So
Mm.
if your content doesn't look exactly how you want it to look today, still get it out there because there's always tomorrow to make it look how you want it to look. If you're not showing up in your videos how you want, still put it out there because there's always tomorrow to show up in those videos how you want to show up, right? And the thing is that maybe it's the worst video you've ever done. Maybe you hate how you sound, you hate how you look, and you're like, nobody's going to watch it. But that could be the one video that brings in that $1.1 million listing, right? That could be that one video that brings in that $3.2 million buyer.
Mhm.
Unless you're putting yourself out there, you're not going to get any return.
It's so true, and that's the whole thing with social media is that the hardest part about social media is showing up. And there's no such thing as the perfect image, the perfect post or anything like that. And more often than not, you'd be really surprised on what type of content will actually resonate with your audience compared to ones that you feel would really resonate. I mean, I know from my years of experience, I've put ad campaigns together. I've put posts together. I'm like, this is going to be great. I put so much time and effort into this. I feel this should align exactly with my core audience and everything. Put it out there and it's crickets.
Yeah.
And then I'll put something else out there. I'm like, all right, this is just kind of filler. I don't,
But here's the thing. Is it crickets for one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year? Because if
Mhm.
you continue to show up every single day, you might have crickets for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, but you're certainly not going to have crickets for a full year if you're
Right.
consistently showing up every single day.
Right. And the best part is when you do get some of those posts that really pop off, and I don't want to say the V word, the viral word and everything, because that's not a strategy. That's a
Not.
random happenstance. If you do get a post that does get more engagement and gets more views and everything than others, the great thing about that is that all of the new people that are seeing your content are now going to come back to your pages and see all of the other stuff that you posted before that. So the ones that you really put all that time and effort into that maybe at the time didn't get the results that you were looking for, but the fact that it's still out there, people are still going to see that.
100%. 100%.
Yep. So in using AI to help with your organic marketing, this is where the tools that we showed you is really going to come in to help. So the chat GPTs, the Geminis, Claudes, and the Perplexities, these are great for helping you come up with content ideas, and even structure as well. So I remember there was one time I was showing Bridget some AI tools and
I
how to
was
come
going
up
to
with some
bring that up.
content
I'm so
ideas.
glad.
Yep.
I'm so glad you
Do
brought
you
that
want
up
to tell the
because
story? I'll
when
let you
you
tell the
showed
story.
me
Go ahead.
that, yeah. Okay, so I had reached out to Jason because I'm like, hey, you seem like you know a lot about AI. I need to get a little hip with the game. I'm sucking at my organic content game right now. I don't have the VAs in the house to do it. So can you help me out a little bit? And he took me through this process that was so easy, you guys. And all you need is Chat GPT and Canva. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
made that day, I think I made 90 pieces of content in like 2 hours. It wasn't even 2 hours. I think it was maybe an
Right.
hour and a half. I made 90 pieces of content. And what's so beautiful about that content is that that's my consistent content. It recycles every single 90 days on my Facebook and on my Instagram because I'm really, really big about cultivating my audience, right? So I want to make sure that my audience is my dream clients, that they're real estate agents, that they're looking and they're ready for leads. So I'm cultivating my audience. If you're not engaging with me in 90 days, boop, you're gone, right? I want someone in
Mm-hmm.
there that is going to engage with me, that does love the information that I put out. So they haven't seen what was posted 90 days ago. And on top of that, nobody's going to remember what you posted 90 days ago.
Right. Who can remember what they ate for dinner last week, anyways?
Right.
Yep.
So
So
I think it's great.
I was going to say, yeah. So the great thing about these AI tools and how it's going to help you, the real estate agents, is first go to any one of those tools, any one of the four that we showed you, and just start asking it questions. Just say, I'm looking for content for my Facebook page, my LinkedIn page, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and just say, give me 20 ideas that I can talk about for real estate. Actually, that would be a great first prompt right now. It's like, I'm a real estate agent in this area. Give me 20 to 25 topics that are relevant to the real estate industry right now, and just see what it gives you. And then based off of
Or
that, go ahead.
or what they could do is they could go and give me 52 different topics about real estate. Right? So now you
Mm-hmm.
have one topic every week that you can focus on and you can create content around. Boom, you don't have to be like, what do I talk about today?
Right.
You have one
Well,
topic
and the
a week.
great thing, the great thing about that, so yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of that. So if you do that as a prompt, give me, I'm a real estate agent in this area, just so it has a little bit more additional context to it. Give me
Right.
52 relevant topics to sell, around selling real estate
Or
property,
even to
whether it
share
be,
with my audience, right? Share with your
yeah,
audience.
just
Give
something
me
to share with the
52.
audience.
Give me
And then
52
when it gives you those
of value.
52, after it gives you the 52, the best thing about that, so like Bridget said, you have weekly things, but now you can go in, if you want to get even more granular, take one of those topics and say, give me seven, like, did you know type pieces of information. Give me 7 pieces of information based off of this topic, and boom, there's all 7 days. There's a week's worth of content right there. Do that for each
100%.
one of those 52 topics. There's a year's worth of content that you have, and you're going to accumulate that in a matter of like an hour or two, depending on how long it
Yeah.
takes to come back
Do
to
you
you.
guys see how you can create a whole year's worth of content that's relevant to your dream audience in under 3 hours by
Mhm.
using these different AI tools that we presented to you today?
Yeah. And each one of those tools, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity, all 4 of them will do that. Now, granted, you're going to get different responses for each of those, which is also can be beneficial. Try each one of them and see which topics you really want to share through your platform. But again, it's a super easy way. Just you kind of have to walk it through the process a little bit. But in doing that, you get all of this content put together, and then you can put it in a Canva, create some visuals around it, or go to ideogram or something like that and start creating some images around some of those pieces of information. And then there you go. Years worth of content done just like that.
I know what I'm doing this afternoon.
Now, the nice thing is that you can also use that for like email responses and stuff like that too. You can talk about, I want to talk to this person about this property. I want to make sure I highlight these features and these things. Craft for me a professional sounding email response to this person who may be interested or something like that. AI has so many different capabilities that you can use it for. And it doesn't just have to be social media. It can be for other parts of it too. Like even if you're creating a listing, you can give an AI tool all of the details about your listing, and then say, "Hey, craft for me a professional sounding listing that is meant to convert." So you're basically telling it, use verbiage, use the psychological words that are really going to resonate with people, that's really going to impact them. Use the adjectives and the words and the nouns and the verbs that are really going to set that listing apart against others. So that way your listing is a bit more it's a bit more eye-catching, and people will want to read it more.
Totally, totally. And I think we're getting to probably the next part is probably like my favorite part, right? My wheelhouse. Oh, no, we're still in organic. I
No,
thought we were going to paid now.
yeah, we're popping over to paid. We're at paid.
Okay, perfect. So AI and paid marketing, guys, the options with AI and paid marketing right now is unreal. They're leveraging AI to have the highest converting ads is really a direction that you want to go. In every platform that we talked about today, you can leverage those for your paid ads, whether you're going to be doing it for your content, your copy, your text, whatever the case is, right? Your graphics, you can do that. One of my favorite strategies is that I'll go into Gemini and I'll ask it to create me an Instagram ad and make it spicy and scroll stopping. And usually I get some really great variations from Gemini when I ask it to make it spicy and scroll stopping, right? Leveraging the predictive analytic text for targeting and potential buyers and sellers. Now, the predictive analytics right now is really huge for websites that, let's say, you have a website that offers the home evaluation calculator, right? The predictive text when you're going in and you're typing in your address and that address pops up and they click on it. The end users love that stuff. It makes you look like you're way ahead of the game and they feel like they're in safe hands because you have efficient technology. Now, the last part, implementing real-time bidding and analyzing strategies. There's so many platforms out there that will help you with this. Right now, one of my favorite platforms with this is Hyros, which is really more focused on the analytics. But the one thing I want to focus in on this is, guys, it used to be if you didn't get back to your lead within 3 minutes, that it was a dead lead, right? Well, because the use of AI, because of the use of automations, because of the use of technology, that's now 30 seconds. So if you're paying for leads and you're not responding to those leads within 30 seconds, you're wasting your money. The only way you can respond to those leads within 30 seconds is by the use of AI and automation.
Mhm.
That's my soapbox and I'm standing on it.
Definitely. So yeah, and AI can be super helpful in your campaigns, in finding out, the best type of audience targeting for your campaigns and everything. I know for me, I like using it just to come up with the ad copy and stuff as I'm doing Facebook ads and Google ads, things like that. So, if there's a client that I'm working with, I'll go in there and say, hey, this is my client, this is their services, these are their offers, this is who they are. And then start going into bits and pieces of their audience, the demographics, the psychographics, things like that. So it has the painting the picture of everything that it needs to know, and then say, give me 10 pieces of ad copy that are meant to, they will convert, they're enticing, they're captivating, and they'll stop people from scrolling. And you get some great ideas based off of that. And even better, if you want to get an even better response from it, the best thing you can do is at the end of the prompt, you can say this, and this is kind of a cheat code for some people. You tell it to ask, you literally say, ask me any questions you need before proceeding. Because then what that's going to do is prompt the AI tool to then ask you questions for more context and more detail based off of the information you've already given it. So that way it has more to go off of, so it can give you a better response. And then even to take that a step further, another kind of cheat code that I learned recently, not too long ago, is after you get that response, the next prompt you say is critique the answer above. Just those 4 words. That's it. Critique the answer above. And now what you're doing is you're having the AI literally critique its own response and then give you a list of strengths and weaknesses within the response that it gives you. So it gives you suggestions on how to make it even better. So then the next response after that is then, can you rewrite the response taking into consideration the critiques that you just listed? And now you have an AI critiquing its own response, making it better. And then you can use that in your ads, in your ad copy and everything. And it's fantastic. So lots of stuff to do.
I don't think it can get better than that. Having the AI critique its own responses. Like, we can't even do that as humans, right? So I think it's great. I love it.
And when I first learned of that, I'm like, holy smokes. Yeah. So again, you get the response that you just told it to give you. And then you just basically telling it, look at your own work and give me a better response.
Right. Wild.
Which is craziness. Oh man. All right, Bridget, do we have anything else to talk about? What else do we have to talk about here?
I think that's it today for paid ads. Listen to me. You know what's on my mind? I got ad campaigns to go and build. I think that's it for leading the force with AI in real estate.
Yep. So we have some things here for you. We'll share the deck out into the group so that way you have access to the slides here if you need to recap it all. Obviously, you'll have the recording here, but then as you see here, we have some links for you. We have a free downloadable resource guide, the 101 strategies to dominate the digital arena for realtors. Definitely going to be something.
Get that. Let me tell you, first off, if you picked it up and the link was broken in it, let me know. I'll make sure you get the download. Secondly, if you are struggling to fill your pipeline and you don't know where to start and you don't have a lot of money to fill that pipeline, pick up this download. This download is 101 ways that you're going to be able to dominate the online market to fill your pipeline. It's free. There's nothing you have to give us to get it except for your name and your email address. And it's anytime you feel like it's a downtime, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my time, I don't know what to do next, dive into that download.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Again, great. It's a great resource for inspiration. Like we've talked about through most of this, is just finding inspiration, finding where that next idea is going to come from, that next topic to talk about. It's what all of this is great for. So first off, thank you everyone for watching this. It's been fantastic. I hope you've gotten some good takeaways from this, and be on the lookout for.
I'm going to go create a year's worth of content.
Mm-hmm. And be on the lookout for our next month's workshop. We'll be having one every month in this group. And
Yep,
so, and
in Real
there's,
Estate Lead Force.
yep,
It is just a Facebook group where we all come together. We also have a podcast called Real Estate Lead Force where we interview 7 and 8 figure real estate agents. We have a course. So if you want to learn how to do Facebook ads or Google ads on your own, we have a course called Real Estate Lead Force that is $9. $9 for a course. And then we hold a workshop just like this every month to keep you updated on the latest and latest and what's happening in the digital world and the real estate world to keep filling your pipeline with millions of dollars of leads. You guys, I'm Bridget Brooks, your friendly ads boss. Jason with Get Social joined us today. Thank you so much. We're spearheading this together with Real Estate Lead Force. He will be the MC at the Ripple Effect that happens in Sedona in October. That's a huge real
yep.
estate conference that we're putting together. And that is all we have for you guys today. We love you. We're so thankful for you to be here. Mwah. See you
Thank you
later.
guys.